TWM Podcast.
It's time to play the game, so it's time for some Smack Talk. Hello there, Matty filling in for Smiley this week for another rundown of all things from last night's SmackDown Live, Friday Night SmackDown, whatever it's called. I'll introduce my co-host in just a few seconds time. Before that, let's go through all the usual stuff. As you know, this is a TWM podcast, bringing you wrestling content 6 days a week. You can get us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Acast, Spotify, TuneIn, Podbean, YouTube, and anywhere else podcasts can be downloaded. 2 things. Number 1, thank you to everyone that's been downloading. We were recently informed that in the newly formed British Wrestling podcast charts that we're in the top 150, which is lovely. Get us up that chart. We're in the top 100. We'd love to make it into the top 50 and maybe even into the top 30. So please leave a rating and review, subscribe, tell your friends, play it out your window, scream at whoever walks past your house, social distancing of course, and tell them about TWM Podcast. In addition, with that as well, if you've got us on YouTube, please subscribe, smash that like button and turn on notifications so you do not miss any of our audio content in video form. Wheel of Sport help pay the bills here at TWM. They're a fantastic app helping you find your nearest sports bar and latest WWE pay-per-views. Obviously, they'll do that at current time. Download the app for when all things blow over. You can go out there and find the nearest bar that's showing the latest WWE pay-per-view. But in the meantime, Wheel of Sport UK, wheelofsport.co, they're doing tons of fun stuff. I can't talk today. Over there, so please go and check them out. WrestleCrate, the latest box, I think it's come out soon, if not shipped recently, and they've got the AEW star Brody Lee in that box. But if you want to get next month's case, it's very, very simple. TWM Wrestling, use that code wrestlecrate.co.uk and get up to 3 free items if you sign up for a monthly box. That's at wrestlecrate.co.uk using the code TWM Wrestling. Let's talk about last Friday night, and joining me to discuss that is the man himself, Thomas Walton. Hello there.
Matty Della.
Yeah, it was an interesting show. Not a lot to talk about until the end, and then at the end it got weird. So we might as well deep dive into the Triple H Smile Time Variety Hour and talk about what happened when they gave a live mic to Triple H for 15 minutes to let him talk about himself. When have they ever done that before, am I right? It's like we travelled back in time to 2003 as Triple H talked about himself for 15 minutes as WWE celebrated 25 years of the game on a date which we found out was literally nowhere near any dates that could be considered his WWE debut, so I have no idea where they got that from. We heard from Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon, Road Dogg, Stephanie McMahon, and we had 2 references to Katie Vick. Tom, this was weird.
Okay, I mean, we're all used to Triple H pandering to himself. I mean, I think that's a pretty straightforward thing, but yeah, this was weird. Obviously, they were saying 25 years. You can tell they're just struggling now to think of ways to fill up the airtime.
Yeah, because this legitimately went over a break, so it was a good 15-20 minutes. I didn't count. And a lot of it was just a lot of talking, and they tried to, like, in all fairness, at Triple H and Shawn, they did a few funnies. I did like Triple H when he's about to do his water spit, someone in a mask coming up and taking the water off of him, because obviously that's not safe. And then Shawn calling social distancing when Triple H tried to hug him, because Triple H doesn't look like the kind of man that would ignore the basic rules for stuff like this.
Yeah, and also then with the Michael Cole and Corey Graves call out and saying the company made them be there. Whoa.
Oh yeah, that was like mid-table on things they shouldn't have said on this show. We'll get to the one that I wasn't a massive fan of.
that was nothing compared to later on in the segment.
Yeah. Vince McMahon came out and rambled on, and all I thought was, at the current time, everything that's happened in the last 2 weeks, no one wants to see you. Literally no one wants to see you right now. Stay off of TV. You're being sued by the football company that you voluntarily made bankrupt, I think, allegedly, possibly, because, yeah, you filed for bankruptcy after the shutdown. And there's several things that make it look like that you may have allegedly possibly given some money. I thought I put my phone on silent. There's Vince McMahon right there. I'm like Triple H in this segment when his phone kept going off.
The loudest ringtone ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like that was really, really loud. Like, it had the bit with Shawn moaning about Stephanie, and I love when I loved that they broke that wall down, because normally if someone does that, you would say, well, aren't they watching the TV? and you have Stephanie on FaceTime going, I can see Sean making faces now.
Yeah, no, the Stephanie bit genuinely made me laugh. And breaking that fourth wall, you can tell they're just messing around with the concept these days and the format. Plus Sean being Sean, those faces. It's just like watching a little kid.
And then with Stephanie referencing his lazy eye, which amused me greatly as well. No
and
good
the fact
lazy
that Trips
eye.
has had a haircut as well.
Oh yeah, they mentioned him like going from looking like that bloke from Fake Taxi that everyone knows but doesn't want to say they know, into Triple H now. However, Triple H making a firing joke, not now or ever. There's a lot of people that are still very angry and not very happy with this. And also, a lot of people are not very happy, including me, about you exploiting someone who's fired for a storyline. Drake Maverick on NXT. As much as he is probably a willing participant about this, it's still not okay. It shouldn't have made it to the first place. And the fact you saying, oh, look at all this, oh, in the office heads are going to roll. No, let's not laugh going, ha ha ha, we furloughed a bunch of people, even though in hindsight we didn't need to. So...
Yep, you've covered that.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Obviously, the worst atrocity of this whole thing was Shawn Michaels' beard.
What, Sean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, Sean, I know you're listening. I know you're listening, man. Just trim it up a little bit.
Yeah. He's got the same ailment that I have, but in a different way. Whereas when you grow a beard, for some reason, his beard is a different colour to everything else, that every other part of his hair. Like mine, I grow a beard, and for some reason it comes through red. I'm not sure why. It just looks weird. That's why no one will ever see me with a full beard, as I have now, because I'm being lazy, because I'm not outside. But yeah, he has like a weird flesh-coloured beard, and it's not okay. This, yeah.
I never knew you had a ginger beard.
I do. This is why I'm hiding from. This is why I'm a recluse until the lockdown is over. This was weird. It ended weirdly because Vince literally shut the lights off, calling them boring, and it ended with actual crickets, which generally was the reaction from a lot of people, just being like, "Well, that was strange. How do I react to this?" Yep. And the annoying thing is, probably this was the highlight of the show because they had little bits and bobs, but nothing really stood out. It was a pretty just there SmackDown, which is weird because SmackDown's been actually, for the most part, quite entertaining. So this was a very, very strange one. So we're going to literally probably bounce through the rest of SmackDown at a pace. The Forgotten Sons, they are apparently now the lead bad guys in the tag division. Exactly. All four teams faced the New Day, and the Forgotten Sons stood tall because America and Fox. That's why Lacey Evans is getting a push.
What is the big thing with the Forgotten Sons? Like, honestly, I know the name. Right, you got Blake. Like Blake and Murphy when they were a tag team, they were brilliant. I don't know why they never got called up or why they just stopped as a tag team. So you know Blake, Cutter. Is it Cutter?
Is it Cutler? Something Cutler?
And I don't know the name of the other one.
Jackson Riker. And the only reason I know him is he used to be in TNA.
Okay, like this is the point. If you're going to bring up some talent, at least make sure the watching of the audience knows who these people are. Make sure they've made an impact on NXT. For example, when they brought up Lacey Evans, okay, she was a little bit green, but we still knew who she was. EC3, we knew who he was. We never got to see him, but we knew who he was. And they brought up the Forgotten Sons. It's literally in the name. I've forgotten them, son.
Yeah, it's one of the things. No one liked them in NXT, and they've brought them up. And we said before, alright, they're on Fox. Fox is very much like America, MAGA, all that. That's why Lacey Evans is now getting a massive face push because military woman. And they can build on that. These guys are military, so pretty much these four are going to be the faces of SmackDown.
I mean, if that's the way we're going to play it with Fox, then we're going to get like Disney characters and people coming dressed up as superheroes. Oh no, 1 minute we get that from Ricochet.
Yeah, we're going to get this one. We're going to have like Sami Zayn as Baby Yoda.
Alexa Bliss is actually going to be able to play out her fancy of being a Disney princess in the next couple of months.
I'm not against that, in all fairness.
No, that would be actually brilliant.
That's a bonus. I miss her original gimmick of her being a Disney princess. So the Forgotten Sons are going to beat the New Day for the tag pass. I know they are. God damn it.
Yeah.
Because there's no crowd to react to this. If there was, the Forgotten Sons would be jobbing on main event already, because they would have got no reaction.
Let's be honest, if there was a crowd, there wouldn't be any reaction anyway.
Exactly. There would be no reaction, so they'd be on main event, so no one would care, and they'd lose their push. However, Vince can be like, well, I can push whoever I want, because there's no crowds to react to it. So, I did like when they did when Lucha House Party came out and we won a tag shot, Miz and Morrison literally just walked past them.
That's the thought of the Lucha House Party these days. It's just like, hello, no.
Aren't you meant to be on 205 Live? Anyway, and then they just go past.
Yeah.
Lucha House Party did upset Miz and Morrison in a very good match. I enjoyed it. But I got very confused why... Did you notice that Cole and Graves just started repeating each other when the Lucha House Party won? They were like... Graves was like, oh my god, Miz and Morrison are in shock. And then Cole was like, yes, Miz is in shock. And then I did something else where they both repeated each other. And I was like... Did you guys legitimately, forget what you were going to say and it's live TV?
Yeah, that's just... you know what? I do enjoy the duo with Cole and Graves, but I don't know what happened there.
They kind of fell apart a little bit. We also did get Sheamus threatening Michael Cole for basically chatting shit about Sheamus when he got saying that Sheamus was salty over returning Jeff Hardy.
We got Heidenreich 2.0.
Close, not enough bumming.
Not yet.
Why didn't Sheamus kick him? And the other thing as well, the Lucha House Party literally walked past him, walked past a giant man threatening a small commentator as faces and did nothing.
If you saw Sheamus threatening someone, would you do anything?
Yeah, but they're a Lucha House Party. They're meant to be fighting they're face wrestlers. They're meant to be people like, I will defend the honour. Maybe because it's Michael Cole, they're like, nah, fuck that guy. Can't be bothered.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
TWM Podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
So I just wrote down, ultimately, don't trust Mexicans. is the moral of this story.
I would just say don't trust people in masks, but you can't really say that these days. Everyone wears a mask.
Yeah, don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
So Sheamus squashed Daniel Vido, another one of the NXT lower card new guys. We got Money in the Bank qualifiers. We got Lacey Evans beating Sasha Banks in a stiff but a good match. Some of the shots they did were particularly Lacey Evans just
say
battering.
Lacey Evans is getting better.
She is, as much as we don't like her.
Yeah, and it's kind of killing me because it's like, I'm actually kind of enjoying your stuff in the ring now.
Yeah,
a little bit more. Not where I think you should be where you are, but.
It's ever since that Joe and Tracy did open our eyes to the fact when Joe and Smiley said that basically she's MAGA Barbie, where she's just she's just Donald Trump's wet dream, and therefore that's kind of gone, yeah, you are right, you really are when it comes. Why is she not a heel? Oh wait, I forgot we're on Fox and it's America. That makes sense. Yeah, but she is getting better. I will give her that. In ring, she is getting better. Yeah. Some of the shot, when she was twatting Sasha Banks' head off the ring post, was just rough. Bayley cost Sasha in the match by accident, so that's bubbling under, I guess, for SummerSlam. We then saw Tamina assaulting a woman from behind with no provocation. I wonder where she learned that. I stole that joke. I stole that joke from Twitter, to be fair.
Yeah, you know what? I saw the joke on Twitter as well.
Serves WWE right for having the nerve to push Tamina 2 weeks after a Dark Side of the Ring documentary. I could have stopped that sentence with WWE having the nerve to push Tamina, but nonetheless. We did see Sasha Banks carrying a cardboard cutout of Lacey's daughter Summer, which does have a callback because they did do that with... I can't remember who it was. It was with when it was Team... Was it Team Bay?
Team Bay?
No, it wasn't Team Bay. It was something like that. It was. Oh, I can't remember their name because it was Charlotte, Sasha, and Summer Rae. So I can't remember their name, but it might be Team Bay. I can't remember. And when Summer Rae wasn't there, they'd carry around a cardboard cutout of actual Summer Rae. So the fact they had a cardboard cutout,
but that's brilliant.
They had a cardboard cutout of Summer, so it makes it even better. We had another Money in the Bank qualifier as King Corbin beat Drew Gulak, Cesaro and Nakamura cost him the match. So, and this also looks like that they're now with Corbin because they posed at the end of the match with him. So
yeah, and I've got to say, me and Joe were talking about this on Raw Talk on Tuesday. Yay, heel in the men's match, because if you looked at the lineup, it was all faces.
Yeah,
needed a heel.
I think that also nails on next week who's winning the other qualifier for that one as well, because they need more heels in that match. They can't just have one.
No.
And also, apparently, I'm guessing Sami Zayn has been like, no, I'm not coming in, because I imagine Sami Zayn did his match at Mania and then was just like, yeah, I'm... Oh, wait, isn't he? He's still champion as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still in.
So that championship isn't coming back till at least, I don't know, September.
2021.
Yeah, he's going to be the longest reigning kind of champion of all time just by refusing to come into work, which is fair enough. Women's tag team titles, Bliss and Cross, they went over Carmella and Dana Brooke. I was happy but sad. Happy that Dana Brooke lost, but sad because Carmella did. Bliss and Cross have a tag finish now. It only took them a year for a women's tag team to have tag finishes.
It really got on my nerves when Cole called it a modified 3D. No, it's not. It's just an elevated DDT.
You're both wrong, because Corey Graves called it. He said he made a reference to it, which was it looks like Alexa Bliss has been taken out of the John Morrison playbook. That was the snapshot. That was the move that Eminem used to do.
Oh yeah.
So which is generally one of my favourite tag team. I love the 3D because the 3D always looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
But the snapshot, which if we're going to get nerdy about it, technically they stole it from Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger and ECW. But I love that move, especially when it's done in full. When it's done in full motion. The thing is, though, it also, I know that Bliss does the DDT, but for them to have the balls to be like, we're going to make the 5-foot girl jump on the move is like just bang out of order. Be like, can you? I'm going to lift this. Nikki's like, I'm going to flapjack him up in the air. Can you jump really high and hit a DDT? Alexa Bliss is like, are you taking the piss?
Okay, fine.
It's like the Dudley version of like, you're the really athletic one, Devon. I'm going to you do the lift, and we're going to get the 300-pound guy to jump up in the air. In hindsight, it makes no sense. It's like the bee dynamic. How does a bee fly when it looks that big? Why does the 3D only happen with the littler guy lifting the person up? But here we are, nonetheless.
EWM Wrestling, bringing you life's conundrums.
Yeah. Why are the Dudley boys like a bee? The Braun and Wyatt video package was good, but they missed, they literally went, he was in the Wyatt family, then Braun Strowman won the Universal title. They basically went, well, nothing happened in the 5 years in between.
Let's be honest though, I don't think that in those 5 years after the Wyatt family broke up properly, I don't think they had a run-in with each other at all.
Because they just did a thing where, I swear to God, they just did a random thing where Bray said on Raw, I have set the Wyatt family free. And that was it. And then Braun disappeared and then came back as like a face on like when they redid the draft and Braun just started murdering jobbers and everyone loved him. It was just, really, really strange video package. Like they missed out a whole bunch of stuff. And again, just told the story that WWE wanted to tell, which is he was in the Wyatt family, now he's not, and Braun wants him back. And that was SmackDown. Nothing else happened. Other than that, they've announced 2 Money in the Bank matches next week. Of course, the heated rivalry between Otis and Ziggler comes to a head in the Money in the Bank qualifier, and of course, the heated rivalry between Mandy Rose and Carmella.
Wait, where does... Huh?
Either do both or don't do either. Either you have... you have Otis versus a heel, and you have Ziggler cost him, and then you do the same with the Mandy one, so you have a mixed tag at Money in the Bank. Or you put both of them in a qualifying match. Because what they're going to do, this is what's going to happen then. Ziggler's going to beat Otis, probably due to Sonya Deville interference. Mandy's going to lose due to Sonya Deville interference. And we're just going to get Mandy versus Sonya, and Dolph Ziggler and Otis apparently are just secondary to this feud now. Which is fair enough, but it just didn't make sense. Why not have them...
Yeah, where was Deville this week? Unless she just didn't decide not to come in this week, but yeah, I missed her after that fire promo.
Oh yeah, they didn't capitalise on that at all. One of the best promos in general from WWE in a while, and they didn't have her on TV capitalised again. They just re-showed it, and yeah, that was SmackDown. Nothing of real interest happened. It was basically just, we are doing the Triple H thing, everything else is secondary. So
it was transitional.
Yeah. And it's transitional considering we're 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank, so should it be transitional? It was... Yeah, weird one. Anyway, that's Smack Talk for you. If you want to keep across everything we do, at TWM Wrestle, we got stuff from WWE, NXT, AEW, New Japan, British Wrestling, International Wrestling, all that good stuff over at TWM Wrestle. We're going to be doing some good lucha things. No, we're going to do some interesting stuff on our Twitter when it comes to British Wrestling in the next few weeks, so go and check that out. And TWM.news, those are great articles going up all the time. We've got a really fun interview up on Monday. I won't say who it is, because I want it to be a surprise, but it's not your normal interview. It's not a wrestler, it's not a wrestling personality, it's a wrestling fan, but someone that's quite well known in the TV and movie industry. So we got it's a big guest, I was really happy to talk to them. You'll find out all about that on Monday on TWM Talks. Tom, social media.
TD Watson.
I am a Matty ID. We are at TWM Wrestle. Thank you for listening. Stay safe. Wash your hands. We love you all. Goodbye.